The Homework Caper by Joan Luxau. It was 9:05 on Tuesday in May. Miss Green said, "Pass up your homework." Ken Nguyen took a paper out of the arithmetic book and he passed it to his friend Billy. Bill took the paper out of the arithmetic book. He said, "Hey, this isn't mine. Where did this come from? Where is my homework?" He looked again in his book. His homework wasn't in it. Miss Green came to his desk. "What is it, Bill?" she said. "I couldn't find my homework." "Just this funny paper," Bill said. Ken got up from his desk and looked at the paper. It had numbers all over it, funny looking numbers. It was not a homework paper. "I did my homework," Bill said. "I put it in my book, just like always." Ken looked in Bill's book. He even looked in his own book. They looked around on the floor. Bill's homework was gone. Miss Green said, "It's all right, Bill. I know you always do your homework. After school, try to find your paper." Ken and Bill were good friends. Ken wanted to help Bill. He thought and thought about it. At last, he thought of a way to help. "Well, Ken," Miss Green said. "Huh?" said Ken. I asked if you would like to read out loud now," she said. "Oh, no thank you," Ken said before he thought. "I mean, yes." Bill had to show him where to read. After school, Ken told Bill, "This is what we'll do. You'll do everything you did yesterday. I'll watch you. We will see what could have happened to your homework." "What did I do yesterday?" Bill said. "Well, I ate breakfast at your place." "No, that was this morning." "Anyway, I mean after school," Ken said. "Let's see," Bill said. "We went home, we got out of our school clothes, and we played ball. So let's do the same things today," Ken said. They went home. Ken went into the building, and Bill went into the building next door. They got out of their school clothes. Ken looked out his window at Bill's window. "It couldn't happen yet," Ken yelled. "You haven't done your homework yet," Bill yelled back. "You ate here yesterday. My mother said you can eat here again." "Good," Ken said. "I'll tell my mother. See you downstairs." Ken looked for his ball. He couldn't find it. "Mother, where is my ball?" "And may I eat at Bill's?" he called. "I don't know." "And you ate there last night," his mother said. "Bill asked me," Ken said. "His mother knows I'm coming." "Well, all right," his mother said. "I know where your ball is," said his little sister, Suzanne. "Where?" Ken asked her. "In my hand," Susan said. Ken got mad. "Look, he yelled. "You keep your hands off my things. How many times do I have to tell you?" "It was under your bed. I found it for you," said Susan. She threw it under the bed again. "Well, why didn't you say so?" said Ken. Ken went downstairs. Bill was there. Before they could cross the street, Suzanne came downstairs. "Can I play?" she said. Can I? "No, you can't," Ken said. "Yes, I can," Suzanne said. Ken told her, "You can't cross the street alone, and I'm not going to cross you. Some other time, you can play with me." "You always say that," Suzanne said. "You're mean." She started to cry. Ken felt bad about it, but he didn't want to play ball with Suzanne. He crossed the street with Bill. They were playing catch when Suzanne watching them. How did you get here? Ken asked. A big girl crossed me, Suzanne said. Well, go play with her then, said Ken. He looked at the girl. Thanks a lot, he said. That's okay, she said. Suzanne said to Ken, well, I want to watch you, Ken told her. Well, as long as you're here, you can get the balls I miss. But after this, you don't come after me all the time. They were still playing ball when Bill's mother called to them from the window. Time to eat, she said. After Ken took Suzanne to his building, he went to Bill's to eat. After he ate, Ken said, yesterday I did my homework at home, but today I'll do it here. I will see what happens. You do your homework. Good idea, Bill said. Do you think you can get it? My homework from yesterday back? Well, let's see if my ideas work, said Ken. Ken went home and got his book and then came back and sat down and began working. Bill's big brother came to do his homework. It was quiet. There was a little talking when they were done. Ken said, it's quiet here. As Suzanne, it was always saying, what are you doing? I want to do it too. Bill's brother said, Bill used to be like that too. When he was little, he had always had to do everything I did. Who? Me? Bill said. I don't remember that. Ken's mother called to him from the window. Come in, Ken called back. Ken said to Bill, I didn't find out yet about your homework, but I will think about it some more before you go to bed. Make sure you have this homework. Come over for breakfast. We will talk about it then. As he went out the door, he dropped his book and 2 papers fell out. He picked them up. He said, here's the homework I just did. But what's this other paper? He said. Hey, that's my homework. I did that yesterday, Bill said. You had it all the time. I don't know. Think that's the last. Very funny, Ken. But I didn't have it. I even looked in my book for it. Don't you remember? Ken said. Then how come it's in your book? Asked Bill. Ken didn't know. This is crazy, he said, but I'll find out what happened somehow. See you in the morning. Bill didn't say anything. Ken went home. He felt bad. Suzanne, it's time for bed, her mother said. I'll read you a story when you are in bed. Suzanne went to her room and shut the door with a bang. Ken made up a story about a tired old dragon. Susan fell asleep before the end. Ken had to go on telling the story to himself and find out what happened. When Bill came over, Ken asked, why didn't you come over sooner? I thought you were still mad. No, I wasn't mad, Bill told him. I thought about it, and I knew you wouldn't take my homework, and not to tell me all day, but I thought maybe you got mad because I thought you took it. I'm not mad, Ken said. Do you still have your new homework? Bill looked in his book. Yes, it's still here, he said, and my old homework too. I'm sure I don't know what happened to your homework yesterday, Ken said. I just don't know. What will I tell the teacher? Bill asked. Tell her that you don't know what happened, Ken said. That's all you can tell her. Anyways, you have to have the homework now. After breakfast, they started to go out for school. Suzanne started to go after them. I'm going to school too, she said. No, you stay home with me, her mother told her. Later we will play school. I will show you how to make some more numbers. Ken said to Bill. Let's go. Let's get going before Susan starts the ball. Then they went down the stairs. Ken stopped. Bill bumped into him. Hey, numbers, Ken said. He ran up the stairs. Bill ran after him. Ken said, Susan, did you put a paper with numbers on it in Bill's book when he was here for breakfast yesterday? And did you take this paper out of his book? No, I didn't, Susan said. Oh, said her brother. Well, it was just an idea. Come on, Bill, let's go. It was your book, Susan said. I took your homework and gave you my homework. You yelled at me when I found your ball, so I put your homework back. I didn't want it anymore. Our books look the same, said Ken. That was an awful thing you did to Bill, Susan. It was good. It's good. The teacher wasn't mad, but it was an awful thing to do. Susan started to cry. But I gave you my homework, she said. It wasn't the same thing, Ken told her. Isn't? No, said Ken, not at all. The teacher doesn't want your homework. Bill said, she didn't mean to do anything bad. Did you, Susan? No, Susan bawled. It was a present for Ken. Some present, Ken said. You must never do that again. But if you stop your bawling, I'll tell you what I'll do. When I do my homework today, I'll give you homework to do. Bill's brother used to do it too. How would you like that? Susan stopped crying. I'd like that, she said. She waved when Ken and Bill went downstairs again. They waved back to her. At school, Bill told Miss Green, I have a homework from yesterday. That funny paper was a present from Ken's little sister. Miss Green laughed. A present? That's a new one, she said. I never would have thought of that. Well, I'm glad Ken figured it out, Bill said. Ken said, I thought if you did the same thing again, I could figure it out. And my idea worked, that's all. It sure did, said Bill. Thanks a lot. Oh, anytime, Ken said. Anytime. The end.